Hello gardening students, this is Mrs. Lewis, and if you're in my gardening class, you know what this is. This is our compost pile. It is literally a pile of organic material. The reason we make a compost pile is to make soil. We take any organic wastes that we have, like banana peels and leaves and even the weeds in our garden, and we just throw it into the pile, okay? So it might start real small at first and it just grows and grows, and then if I leave this here long enough without adding anything to it, it'll actually get smaller as everything decomposes. So let's go ahead and say a couple of words together. Let's say compost, compost, and decompose, decompose. What that means is when things break down into something smaller. So if I took this leaf here and I left it out in the sun long enough, then it will just crumble into something smaller. It's decomposing into soil. And if I leave it out long enough, it'll just be soil. Okay, so right here we have our big compost pile. There's a lot of pine needles in it, there's a lot of leaves. We've even added fruits and vegetables, any kind of weeds from our garden that we don't need, we just throw in here. Okay, if you are starting your compost at home for the first time, I recommend finding a back corner of your yard. That tends to be the best place for a compost pile, where it's out of sight because it doesn't look too pretty, but it's still available to you if you need it for your garden. Okay, so let's go and I'll show you what we can put in our compost. Here I have a bag of things I've collected this week for the garden compost. Okay, for in the house, I use just a bag. There are like fancy compost containers that you can buy from Amazon or your local feed store that you can put everything in through the week and then dump it outside at the end of the week. I come to the garden almost daily, so I fill this up. You know, we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables in our house, so I fill this up maybe 2 times a day, and I'll probably bring it 2 or 3 times a day. It's just a little vegetable bag from the store. I've also used containers like coconut. This is like an old coconut oil plastic container, or I've seen people just use Ziploc bags, and I just put this in the fridge until I'm ready to take it to the compost. So what's in my compost bag here? I have a cabbage core, I have some radish ends that I didn't want to eat, onion slices, what else? Got strawberry tops, all kinds of stuff you can throw into the compost. You can also throw in leaves, like these are some leaves from Pothos ivy. You can throw in leaves from your trees. If your oak trees are losing leaves right now, which a lot of them are, you can throw that into the compost. Anything that can break down, so cardboard boxes, newspaper, paper bags, old magazines, what else? Anything that's organic material, meaning that it's made from materials that are from the earth, you can just put it right back into the earth. And then once you've let it sit for, let's say like a year, you dig under at the very bottom and you'll find really nice loamy soil, which is like this really soft soil that'll just kind of crumble, and it smells very nice. You don't have to turn it every day or even every week. You can literally just leave it to rot. Some people recommend turning it maybe like once a month, just to make sure no critters are kind of burrowing in it, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's compost. If you have any questions, you can email me or comment. Yeah, happy gardening.